Hey, what's up everyone? The San Diego Comic-Con panel for Street Fighter 6 just concluded, and unfortunately, no new character has been revealed, but what they did show off is a bunch of brand new costumes all ready for the game for the existing characters that have been announced, which means we probably have to stretch this video out for like 40 minutes.
There's lots to talk about, guys, we swear.
Yeah. Just kidding, guys. Don't worry. We're going to start right away. So, of course, to start, the poster boy, Ryu. Well, actually, Luke's the poster boy. But let's talk about Ryu. What do you think about his costume so far, Mir?
I quite enjoyed the fact that they've really gone back to the Street Fighter 2 aesthetic. I think he really resembles his old portrait from Super Turbo.
Yeah, I guess so he does. I kind of wanted them to bring the Street Fighter 1 Ryu with, like, the red hair back into the game. I think that would have been sick.
Yeah, that could have been interesting too. Maybe it's another idea for a costume in the future. You never know.
They're gonna have so many costumes in this game. They're gonna want a huge return for how big this game seems. But you know, when they showed the pictures in that, it seemed kind of weird at first. Before they gave us the official photos and it was zoomed in, because when you see Ryu do like his level 3, it looks kind of jarring now because I kind of have the Street Fighter 6 Ryu in my head.
You're missing the beard. I told you before, the beard makes every character better.
I guess you're right, you know, but when you mentioned the Street Fighter 2 Ryu mirror, I noticed his hair looks a little bit different, like it's blowing out over his headband in the classic costume rather than the default.
Yeah, he has a lot of hair on the front of his head as opposed to a more balanced quote-unquote hairstyle.
Does he look skinnier, or is it just like the clothing really throws you off? Like he doesn't look as like jacked. I don't know.
No, I think it's because the gi covers his chest, and so you don't see how ripped he is. But otherwise, I think he's just the same as far as the skeleton is concerned.
Yeah, do you think a lot of players are going to use this skin? Is this going to be like the go-to Ryu skin you're going to see online when you play Ryu?
No, I think there's going to be a good mixture of both. I feel like the new design is very good, and a lot of people do enjoy it. So, well, as I hinted at earlier, I feel like everything that they're doing with this game is really, really inspired by Street Fighter 2.
I think that's mostly because of the director. He's a huge Street Fighter fanboy, and you can tell a lot of the references and Easter eggs are all from Street Fighter 2. So I think you're right for sure.
Even the characters, special moves and such, they animate a lot like Street Fighter 2. We see even some of the more goofy animations coming back, like Gal's bazooka knee looking exactly like in Street Fighter 2.
And then Ryu, like you said, spinning the other direction on his Tatsu.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk about Chun-Li now. What do you think about Chun-Li's costume so far? It looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I think her classic look is very iconic. I think something that was conspicuously missing from the new design were the big, wristbands. Don't even know how to call them. And the puffy shoulders on her classic China dress. I feel like this is a very iconic silhouette that people, have learned to recognize it, so it's good that it's back in the game.
Yeah, the first thing you do notice is the spiky wristbands and the puffy shoulders. Also, I noticed her hair too, right? Her hair, it's really jarring. She has like a bunch of hair in front of her forehead to get again.
Yeah. And in the new costume, it's like taut back, but in the classic one, it's got that little bang in front of her forehead.
I hear a lot of people complain about that too, so I bet people are happy about this nostalgia costume being announced already.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I think they really were going for a very traditional Asian look, Chinese look for the new costume, and so this one, which is more stylized from Street Fighter past, I think it's good that they brought it back just because some people have learned to love it and recognize its nostalgia as well.
You think these nostalgic costumes are going to be free, like right out of the gate? Or you think
that's a good question. I don't know. From the leaks that we have seen, so in case anyone doesn't want to hear about leaks, a spoiler, but Cammy also already has an original costume in the build that was leaked. So I'm curious if they're gonna be shipped with the game, like immediately for all the characters, and like you said, maybe they're all unlockables through story mode.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing too, when you look at the official screenshots that the Street Fighter Twitter showed off, like you could see a lot of detail on her clothing. Like the fabric looks like fabric, and even that like white waist, I don't know if it's around her waist or around her stomach, you can see the etching in the design. There's a lot of detail on it, and I guess nostalgic costumes in the past, they're really easy cash grabs for Capcom, right? Everyone loves nostalgia, but I feel like in some cases of some of the costumes, even the modders for the Street Fighter 5 community did a better job than even Capcom on some of the costumes, but I feel like now they have more time in the oven and they're able to focus on the extra content in the game already. before the game is released. You can tell there's some extra care taken. I think these costumes look pretty good, man. They look like, you know, actual default costumes. A lot of detail there. It's not lazy.
Yeah, I agree. I think what you mentioned is true. The extra detail, especially because the game is going with a more realistic look, and obviously the engine supports that very well. You're able to show every detail of the cloth, and in general, it just looks very accurate, real to life almost, on top of these cartoonish characters.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Guile now, man. I'm just gonna say right now, Mira, out of all the costumes they showed, I think the Guile Nostalgic looks the best, easily. Like, what do you think?
Oh, you think so? I mean, it's again a very iconic look, and being iconic as it is, he has no eyebrows, as it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but that's the first thing.
No beard,
eyebrows.
It's an important trait. I mean, it's been there for a long time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, some people haven't like even realized that here until like a year ago that he had no eyebrows. So you say that, but he also has no gruff on his face. You know, it's like clean shaven.
No, but again, going back to the detail that this new engine is allowing Capcom to show on the costumes, the fabric of the shirt that Guile's wearing and his pants, they really look like real military hardware, you know. Then Guile always suffered a little bit from the syndrome of just having like a skin tight layer on top of his chest, you know. Like,
yeah,
it didn't even look
saying.
like a real shirt.
Yeah,
at least now
true.
it does.
Yeah, you can see the fabric's kind of loose. If you look really closely at the camo on his pants, because, you know, obviously it's not pixels like Street Fighter 2, but the camo, like, it looks like real pants. You know, like, once again, doesn't look like a modder did it or anything, or it's like a real fast cash grab. I also like if you see how the pants is rolled up on the boots, like the pants, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just cleanly
they're tucked
stretched
into
down.
the boots.
Yeah, it's like realistic. Like that's just like extra care taken to make it not look like, you know, a simple color swap, right? On
He's still wearing his wristwatch, which I guess makes sense because it's featured in his intros and outros.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's something they always run into. There's something really funny with Street Fighter 4. I forgot what it was, where it doesn't really matter. There's something with that in Street Fighter 5 too.
Yeah, Ibuki tries to take off her face mask in Street Fighter 5.
That's a great example.
Some costumes don't support that.
Right, that's a great example. Yeah, that's something I gotta run into. But hey, you're right. He looks at his watch, so they gotta keep it. Okay, let's talk about the two new characters now. Let's start with Luke. Luke, man. Why didn't they do a nostalgic costume on Street Fighter 5, Mir?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they were like, he's grown out of his old clothes and now he's truly a street Chad with a Tim.
Dude, yeah, he does have Tims, by the way, so automatically his costume would be the most popular for Luke, but they could have put the star, you know, the star cuts in his hair. Still, they could have made him Street Fighter 5. I think that'd be so funny. It was just the exact same costume.
I saw a couple of people on Twitter pointing out that he seems to still have his old tattoos with some zoomed in pictures. So maybe that's the callback to the original style, because in the new costume you really don't see any of his old tattoos.
Yeah, Luke is ashamed of his past. He's got the cap on. You can see his hair is like flowing out and sticking out of his cap, which is kind of funny. Hopefully that's not clipping.
No clipping allowed. I think they've learned their lesson from Street Fighter 5. They won't do that again.
It looks like he's wearing like cut jeans. Does he have like a little utility pack on his pant leg? You can't really see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's where he keeps all of his hard-earned money that he's earned on the streets, you know.
Oh yeah, like reused betting money. Well, it says he likes to play video games, so I doubt he's doing that. But I don't know.
He's got a Game Boy in there?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he's got like a Switch. I don't know. Something about this costume, the way he's dressed, I feel like he literally just looks like a Street Fighter 6 NPC. That's what he looks like. That's the best way to describe it as a whole.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Yeah, I know, right? It just looks like he just belongs in the background of the stage. I don't know. There's something that really stands out.
It's very fitting. It's very fitting with the aesthetic of the game for sure, because of this whole streetwise thing. So
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. But it is a little bit odd because he technically is a returning character, so it's interesting that they went for a completely new design and didn't just take something from Street Fighter 5.
Last thing I should mention is, of course, they still kept his. You can still see his forearms. You're probably always gonna be wearing short sleeve shirts.
I don't think any sleeve can fit over the forearm.
And finally, we got Jamie, the true new character in the game. So obviously, there's no nostalgic. I did mention before in our discussion video, Mir, that I wasn't a big fan of his default costume, so I feel like personally anything they would have shown would be better than his default. What do you think?
I think you're just a hater, man.
What?
Original
Don't put
costume.
me on the spot. What the hell?
I think his original costume was pretty good. Honestly, this one's good too, though. I like the puffy jacket or vest that he's wearing.
I feel like because it's not, there's still yellow right on the top part because he's wearing like a vest now, but it's not all one color. I guess that's what makes it look better, right? Because he's wearing like purple pants. He's got bling on too, Mir, like a lot of bling around his neck, around his wrists.
Yeah, that's true. Again, it's the street look that they're really going for. Even the pants have the laces kind of like dangling down.
Oh yeah. Well, now that I look at it, one of his pant legs are rolled up too. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, the base costume has it as well. It might be
He
his.
does. Oh my god, I'm exposing myself to that default costume.
It might just be his trademark, for all we know. Maybe all his costumes will have a rolled up pant leg.
I feel like when they finally and inevitably release a Yun or Yang costume for Jamie, I think that's when I'll finally main the character. That's probably when it's gonna happen. I don't even really like the twins, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you better not.
But I do like how they look. I really do. So as we promised, guys, we didn't stretch the video out to 40 minutes, so handshake for us. Let us know what you think about all these nostalgic costumes so far. Do you guys like them even better than the default costumes? And yeah, I guess all the character reveals, Mir, are coming at EVO. So until then, guys, we'll keep everyone posted.
Yeah, I hope the new reveals are gonna be really exciting, and hopefully it's something that people don't expect, you know, because with all the leaks that have been going around, hopefully Capcom will surprise us with something new.
All right, see you later, guys.
Bye-bye.